Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Langer at the Mic live. Oh, I think we just started now. So, welcome to this episode of Langer at the Mic live. If that was delayed, we're going. The Habs game isn't over yet. They're trailing 4-0 at late in the third period to the Ottawa Senators and Matt Murray. Second game in less than 24 hours. So, you can kind of say that was a bit of an excuse for why the Habs came out so poorly tonight. I'm not buying it because they're playing the Ottawa Senators. Lehkonen almost ruined the shutout. He drew a hooking call on the way to take it on Matt Murray. So the Habs are going to go to the power play, but they're probably not going to score because they still only scored 2 power play goals in their last 32 or 33 attempts. Just kind of waiting for this game to over here right there. I'm just waiting for this game to over at this point. That's what I was trying to say, watching while streaming. But man, this is bad. This is not good. This is unfortunate. Like, albeit the Habs, they got 2 really important points yesterday against the Calgary Flames. But to now be this bad against the Ottawa Senators for the 5th time this year. Something like, five games this year against the Ottawa Senators to lose again. I'm just waiting for this game to end here. There's 49 seconds left, but another, to be this bad against the Ottawa Senators again on home ice is unacceptable. But again, it's the way the Habs have been: win, lose, win, lose, win, lose. Oh, almost a chance for Stahl, but he found on a shot, of course. Nice pass by Drouin. Drouin, who missed a wide open chance earlier on in the game where he intercepted a puck in the slot, but it's got to be, it has to be mental at this point, because he is just not usually you'd like him to just shoot the puck right then and there, but he was just too fancy on the play there. He was just too fancy and tried to go backhand slowly on Matt Murray. Wasn't fast enough to beat Matt Murray, but he made a nice poke checking save, but man, Drouin has to score on that. It's not the first time where Drouin gets a prime scoring chance like that and doesn't, and just that is too fancy. Oh man. Against 18 seconds left, Habs on the power play here. Obviously, Josh Anderson, I think Kakaniemi was away from the draw. He loses it, and the Montreal Canadiens are 10 seconds away from getting shut out at home against the Ottawa Senators with their best goal scorer in the press box taking selfies. You got to believe it. 2-1 and game over, and sends the tweet that I had in my drafts. The Montreal Canadiens officially lost to the Ottawa Senators. They got shut out at home to the Ottawa Senators, when their best goal scorer was in the press box taking selfies and eating hot dogs. Go figure. Yeah, Cole Caulfield, man. I understand there's a cap crunch right now, but they can make room. I think they have to send Caden Primo down back to the Laval Rocket and off the taxi squad and onto the Rocket. But just, you got to find a way to make it work, man. You got to find a way to get Cole Caulfield on this team right now. What I am not worried about is that this team has the depth, it has the ingredients, and this is something I tweeted at Mike Langer earlier today during the game. Again, follow me on Twitter at Mike Langer, TikTok and Instagram as well. The Canadiens, they have the ingredients at forward, at defense, at goaltending. From their NHL roster to their taxi squad to their AHL roster, they have the ingredients to be better than this. But the problem is they keep doing the same bloody things night in, night out, every single game, and expect different results other than win, lose, win, lose, win, lose, win, lose. They keep struggling against the Senators. They keep struggling against the Calgary Flames. They obviously the Leafs are the best team in the division, but they've handled the Leafs pretty well. The Jets have been, besides the game where they shellacked them 7-1, the Jets have caused problems for the Canadiens. Although actually, I think the Habs have kind of split the series against the Jets, but still, they've taken the Jets multiple times to overtime. But that's the problem, is that, again, I'll be honest, I have to look more into, I was looking more into the cap crunch and the issues with, calling up versus sending down players to and from the taxi squad and the AHL. But Ryan Poehling, Cole Caulfield would be much better than Eric Stahl and guys like Paul Byron or Arturi Lehkonen at this point, would they not? Guys like Josh Brook and Cale Fleury would be better than Shea Weber at this point, would they not? Okay, sure. I mean, John Merrill and Eric Gustafsson are primed to make their Canadiens debut once they finish their quarantine with the Habs on the West Coast next week. So, yeah, man, like, look, and another thing, look, we could talk about Carey Price. Carey Price back in his first game in, 2 weeks since the game against the Oilers, not this past Monday, but the Monday before. But Price was, again, not good in this game. But it doesn't matter because Jake Allen, with the stats that he has, with the way Jake Allen has been playing, the fact that he's under 500 goes to show that it doesn't matter who is in nets for this team because this team can't score goals. And they're just allowing their what would be probably their second best goal scorer, at least their second most gifted player in terms of ability to score goals. They're keeping him in the press box. They're keeping him Laval instead of letting him play right here, right now. Yeah, okay, he's undersized. Yeah, okay, the NHL game is different from the AHL game, but you see 18-year-olds make the jump every time from the AHL or from their minor league the CHL or from Europe and into the NHL. You see that all the time. So with Gallagher out especially, like, you got to make it work with Cole Caulfield if you care about making these playoffs. Because now at this point, yeah, like, these games, if the Canadiens, you tell me right now the Canadiens are guaranteed to make the playoffs, then what happens in, like, on a micro level in these games does not matter, assuming everyone stays healthy and no one else gets hurt besides Gallagher, of course. So what happens in these games, I guess, doesn't matter. But if they're gonna play like this in the playoffs, man, good luck winning a playoff game. Good luck winning like you're gonna get dummied by Toronto in 4 or 5 games. If they also, again, keep playing Weber, keep playing Edmondson, keep playing Petrie, and not resting them. I warned you one of the last streams. I'm going to be like this broken record every time in terms of load management, in terms of Cole Caulfield, but that's the only way at the Canadiens. Like I said, they have the ingredients, they have the depth, they have the players to be better than this, but they're doing the same things every game, expecting different results. Once again, Shea Weber tonight was 21 minutes for Shea Weber. And Jeff Petrie was, Jeff Petrie, 22 minutes. Ben Sherratt was 21 minutes. And Edmondson, 18 minutes. But Romanov, 15 minutes. Why don't you give 4 more minutes to Romanov? Why don't you give 4 more minutes to Brett Kulak, who was at 14 minutes tonight? Why can't you give them more ice time? You're already losing 2-0, 3-0. You can't score goals. You can't do anything worth a damn in this game anyway. So why don't you give those guys extra minutes? Why not? You might as well. And keep Weber, Petrie, Edmondson fresh for playoff time. So again, I'm not worried about the way the Canadiens are made up as a team. And I think Marc Bergevin has honestly done, like, that's just the way Marc Bergevin went all in this offseason, bringing in Tyler Toffoli at $4.25 million to be the leading goal scorer now with 2 goals last night. With Jake Allen, with acquiring Jake Allen for a 3rd-round pick and a 7th-round pick, and now he's giving you a chance to win every game that he plays in. Like, Marc Bergevin, as far as I'm concerned, it's not necessarily on Marc Bergevin here as much as it is on the coaching staff. And Dominique Ducharme is, if you told me that another NHL team would hire Joel Bouchard after this offseason, that, like, I would, if you told me another team was interested in hiring Joel Bouchard after this offseason, well, I would not want to lose him over Dominique Ducharme. I would keep Joel. I would promote Joel Bouchard to coaching this team. Honestly, like, I'll be honest, like, I'm doing the best I can not to react too much to this game because, again, it is a tight schedule. The Habs are playing 4 games a week for 5 weeks straight or 6 weeks straight, whatever it is between the last 2 weeks and for another 4 weeks that's left in the regular season. So, and it's got to be wearing on them both mentally and physically at this point. It has to be. But you got to now make the changes and use the resources that you have. I mean, again, John Merrill, Eric Gustafsson joining the team will be huge next week. Even if they're not so good, at least they're going to play more than 5 minutes a game, right? So it's going to be 5 minutes less that Weber and Petrie or Edmondson are going to play. I mean, obviously, they're going to play more in 5 minutes. But let's say John Merrill draws in for even Romanov or Kulak. I mean, that would honestly bother me if they bring in Merrill in for Romanov or Kulak instead of Weber or instead of even Edmondson for a game or two to give them some rest. That would be disappointing. That would not be, and even Eric Gustafsson. If they bring in Eric Gustafsson for Romanov, then like that's going to be tough to see because Romanov is playing well for the time for what he's doing. Even Brett Kulak blocked 5 shots tonight, 14 minutes of ice time, 2 shots on goal. Romanov was 15 minutes of ice time, 1 hit, zeros all across the board, but he's been playing well as of late. And that's another thing, the power play. 2 goals in 32 attempts in almost 10 games since the COVID break. Why don't you put Romanov as a quarterback power play there? What could he possibly do worse than what Shea Weber, Eric Stahl, Tyler Toffoli, Nick Suzuki, Jonathan Drouin, well, more particularly Jonathan Drouin, Weber, and Stahl? What can Romanov possibly do worse than what those 3 players are doing right now? At least the Kotkaniemi, Tatar, Petrie, and Anderson, and Perry wave, they're at least getting zone time. They're at least creating things in the offensive zone, at least. But that Toffoli, Suzuki, Weber, blah, blah, blah line is just, they're not doing it. They're not doing it. They're not doing it. This is, again, Saturday afternoon at 4:00. Habs play a game. The schedule is also just obviously a factor. Like I said, it's wearing on them physically and mentally, but just got to make the changes. Got to use the resources that you have as best you can. And honestly, I think that's all we're going to talk about today. Artyom Zub, by the way, defenseman on the Ottawa Senators, has 3 goals this year, 2 of them against the Montreal Canadiens. And obviously that goal and Drake Batherson scored his, one second. Drake Batherson scored his 15th of the season, his 14th and 15th goals of the season. I bet a good 5 or 6 of those have come against the Montreal Canadiens as well. And also I'm happy I made it this far without mentioning Victor Mete because I really don't care about Victor Mete. He was what he was with the Montreal Canadiens, and I hope that he does well with the Ottawa Senators. And tonight, look, he got his chances. He played 10 minutes of ice time. So great, Mazel tov, congratulations, right? Victor Mete, like 10 minutes of ice time with the Ottawa Senators. Like, are we really, are the Canadiens missing that right now? I mean, sure, they're missing his speed and puck handling ability and ability to skate up the ice, but he can't score goals and he can't defend and he can't box anyone out of the crease worth a darn. So look, I wish him all the best in Ottawa, and I'm not mad that Victor Mete, that the Habs gave up on Victor Mete, because it's disappointing. It's unfortunate, but I'm happy that they finally realized that it wasn't working out and that they made the change. So anyway, good luck to Victor Mete, and just Artyom Zub, two of his 3 goals against the Montreal Canadiens, and Drake Batherson, that 5-hole goal that Price gave up. Just look, it's Price got scored on 3 times on what was it, on 11 shots. The Sens got 14 shots on net and Price gave up 3 goals. So, but then again, the Habs didn't score at all. So it doesn't really matter if you're not gonna score. Like it doesn't matter how many goals you give up because you're gonna lose. So that's my spiel on Carey Price for this game today. And like I said, leave a comment on how concerned you are about this game, about this performance, and going forward, and what you think the Canadiens should do to be more consistent. Because again, it's not like they're losing games. I mean, they're losing games, but they win, lose, win, lose, win, lose, win, lose, win, lose. So hopefully, you know what? Hopefully the Canadiens, they lose the last game of the regular season, because that way in a 7-game playoff series against the Toronto Maple Leafs, they'll win, lose, win, lose, win, lose, win, and win in 7 games. But then they'll lose in the second round because they'll lose, win, lose, win, lose, win, lose. So they'll lose the second round in 7 games. My math is right there. But anyway, that's all I got here on this Habs post-game show. Not much of a post-game show, honestly, or like I was honestly just streaming it halfway through the 3rd period. We all know how much of a crap show that was tonight. Look, the Canadiens, they're going to go on the road on the West Coast. Again, they'll have John Merrill and Eric Gustafsson join them eventually, and hopefully Cole Caulfield will finally make his Canadiens debut as well. But yeah, they're gonna win. They're gonna win their next game because that's the way it's been: win, lose, win, lose, win, lose. So they'll win Monday night against the Edmonton Oilers at 9 p.m. And yeah, that's all we have tonight on this Habs post game show. As usual, give me a big thumbs up on this. Give me a big thumbs up on this video and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my commentary and enjoy my complaining and analysis. Blah blah blah. Give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Give me a follow on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Mike Langer for all three. And thank you so much for watching this Habs post game show, or in the middle of the third period game show here on Langer at the Mic Live. And I look forward to seeing you again next time.